right? And he falls under the category of that sports professional. Chris Wells has done a lot.
Okay.
He's been playing or been involved in table tennis for 2 decades, I think, over 20 years.
Okay.
So that's very admirable. And he also is not just a coach right now, but he was a player. He also participated in a lot of tournaments or leagues in Martinique, in neighboring Martinique, he's here to share his story as well, and to give us an insight of what he's doing today.
All right. Well, it's interesting you brought gentleman here, because the last time we heard about table tennis was days of Teddy Matthews. Even my good friend Claudius tried, but he couldn't do the Chinese spin. He used to lose out. So welcome, my brother. Welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Nice
so table tennis has been up and going, but we haven't heard a lot about it, though.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, basically, we've been doing a lot of work, but I must admit that our PR aspect has not been strong.
Yeah.
Now, one of the reasons for that also is because, like you mentioned, in the days of Teddy Matthews,
right,
the location for table tennis was more central.
Right.
We played in the town hall.
Yes,
so
I remember those days.
At that point, it was visible. Everyone would walk around for town on a Saturday in the evening and do table tennis.
Right.
But now, our main area of training is opposite the comprehensive school.
Opposite the comprehensive school?
Yes.
What area is that one now? Where is that?
Where the least used to have a warehouse at one point.
And there?
Yes. So that's
people would have.
Exactly.
Oh no, you're serious?
So what, is it just an open space now that you utilize, or?
It's a section of a hall. It can do, but it's becoming very small. And then the location. Now the funny thing is that we once had a nice professional sign done. We had a nice sign done that says table tennis.
Right.
But during one of the carnivals, they came and they uprooted it.
I wonder who is responsible.
They uprooted the sign and we were never able to.
Oh no!
It was cemented in the ground and they uprooted the sign.
No. Yeah, because the big trucks passed.
How many years ago was that?
They did that?
Yeah.
I can't remember what year, but I remember that was the year where they had a lot of mash up do and mad thing and this kind of.
I want to defend the song. Whatever fence it is.
But a bit about yourself though, because first of all, you're saying to us that where the table tennis has been held now, people didn't know that.
Yeah.
So your involvement, why you got involved, and so on.
Okay, well, basically I started playing table tennis when I got to secondary school. I went to St. Mary's College, and at the time it was a tradition. Once you enter Form 1, you couldn't go on the basketball court, but that's where the big boys went. You could go behind the school, and the location of the gym was close to the Form 1 block.
Okay.
So when I entered the school, everybody they try and got their rackets, they used to run to the gym. So it became a tradition that as soon as the bell rang, everybody would make a race to go to the gym. Who would jump through the window, who would pass. So it became something else normal. So I got an interest and I told my parents, hey, everybody playing table tennis, I want to play table tennis too. So they got me a racket and soon what happened was that they didn't want me to be leaving the school very late.
Right.
So since the downstairs of our home was kind of abandoned, we just put up a table. My father organized a board and he got the right measurements and they painted it up. So I started playing with a couple of neighbors of mine who went to St. Mary's College. And soon we found that a whole bunch of persons from the area started coming and playing. Young persons around my age. There was a point where I was about 12 years and we had about 15, 16 young persons from our area coming up my home, playing. We would do all sports. We would have cricket, running, football, table tennis, dominoes. We would take part in everything. But as if at our home, the downstairs was like a club for our area. So that's how I basically got started.
All right, and you've continued, playing table tennis, which, as I said, is a lot popular before in terms of the PR and people knowing of it. But understanding from ranking, you've traveled to Martinique, you played a number of tournaments there as well.
Yeah. Yes.
And you've been encouraging other young people to get involved in the sport.
Well, because right now he's a coach now.
So what is that like? Have you been seeing interest from the youth in terms of that sport?
Well, actually, although that's why I say our PR is extremely weak, because we have done much more work over the last couple of years than has ever happened in the history of table tennis in St. Lucia.
But it's not put out there.
It's out there. It's not bombarded. It's not the media. It's not out there so much. Example, like right now we have much more kids playing table tennis, and as I speak, for the first time ever in the issue of table tennis, we would have children from the primary schools entering high schools, and they'll be the best in the high school. As soon as they enter, they'll be the best in the high school.
That's great.
Even if they were to pass for St. Mary's College. We have children in primary school that if they were to play the secondary school tournament, they're guaranteed to medal.
Right.
They're that good. So that means the standard has risen.
Yeah. And I guess you must thank Dazzle for not only featuring you, but also bringing out the sport, because that adds to the PR that we're talking about.
Yes. Thank. I'm always giving thanks to anybody who helps market sports, especially give the youth exposure. But it's not about me. I'm just the one who knows about all the kids, so I could talk about them. So I'm just like a medium for them to bring out their commitment and the dedication, etc. So in terms of the young kids, we have quite a number of kids. We even have an elite program running. We have kids as young as 11 years, 12 years, training sometimes 20 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah, because they focus on getting to a particular level where they could represent the country and go Jamaica. But there's a under 13 tournament in Jamaica that they're looking forward to. So we have a whole bunch of kids training very hard and having fun in the process.
So if there are persons who are interested in starting the sport, is there space available to do that?
We have space available, but that's where the challenge lies now. That's why one of the aims of the executive is to try to get a larger area. But we have an area that could, for basic training, they could hold probably like 12 kids properly. But then with the influx of kids we have, right now we have kids who come and train, and we literally have to chase them to go home. Understand? Now, there's a point, long ago, there was a point in time where kids would play and the parents had to go and look for them.
Right.
So in our sport right now, I'm seeing that there's a culture where the kids, they come and they want to play non-stop and say, hey, it's getting late, and we, so it's a good sign that the training.
There's a lot of interest in the sport.
Yeah, lots of interest.
Which is good because the extracurricular activity keeps children occupied, the idle hands are the devil's workshop. So it's good that they have something productive to do.
Yes.
But not only that, but I also think that they could even go further with table tennis because Chris has more or less got a lot of opportunity through table tennis because he's been coaching since 2013 full time. Yeah, so it's a career now for him, and even like reading the article, there was a bit where he said that it's I think it's low risk injury sport or something like that.
Yeah, a low risk injury.
Yeah, so that's great. I never knew. I never thought about that before. And even with playing table tennis, it's more or less sharpens your reflex, right? It can calm you. Right, it makes you a little bit more patient, as an individual. So these are things that, like, even for me, I was like, wow, I should be playing table tennis.
I could share a couple of other things about the sport. Example, it's a sport for all ages.
Yes.
Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I'm right now 39 years and I'm still on the national team.
Right.
Now, for an average person who follows sports, they'll say, that's too old to
exactly.
be there.
Right.
At Olympics, we had a guy 40 years with semi-finals in table tennis. Now, for the ordinary person, the average person, they'll say, hey, if you reach a particular age, you're supposed to retire. Now, table tennis is a sport for all ages. The youngest players, there are players as young as 3-4 years in China. And up to 3 years ago, the oldest competing table tennis player was 104 years.
Wow. From which country?
Chinese. It was not Chinese. I don't want to get it wrong.
Mike, have you ever seen the Chinese?
I played tennis against a Chinese gentleman in Montserrat. Let me tell you, they were the best. The Chinese, I don't know what they do, but if they play the game, they have that game locked, when it comes to table tennis.
Well, in China, what actually happened was that the Prime Minister, they had a long time ago, right? Table tennis was the favorite sport, so he made it compulsory.
Yeah.
So they put up table tennis everywhere. They wanted to dominate the sport.
Right.
So
they have a Chinese spin. They have a thing called a Chinese spin. When you see they put that on you, you're going left, right on the board.
I used to play table tennis before at school, and I remember like a long time ago, there were training sessions at a Compre school.
Yes, that's when Teddy Matthews.
Oh, okay, all right. So I used to go there every now and again.
I wasn't good at. I couldn't keep my eye on the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah.
What did you try before? Lawn tennis?
Table tennis.
Table tennis.
Oh, you tried that one too? But you and tennis not going together.
But I'll just make mention of a couple other benefits.
Right.
There was a number of health facilities they normally use, like for the elderly, they use table tennis because they find that it helps persons that suffer with Alzheimer's.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Alzheimer's, because your brain always has to work. And they compare table tennis with high-speed chess. Because you have to be reacting all the time, so your mind must always be focused.
Right, so you exercise your brain.
Yes. So they say most persons who play table tennis, they don't suffer with Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, you also mentioned that you run a special needs program, a tournament, a special needs tournament.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Tell us more about that.
Well, when I did my international certification in table tennis, there was the Paralympic aspect of things.
Yeah, okay.
So I did some stuff in it. So I'm the type of person, anytime I learn things, I do like to just keep it. I like to, if I could learn something today and apply it immediately, that's me. I don't like to hold information because I get bored quickly. So whenever time I learn something, I have to apply it right away. So what happened was that I always had that idea that, hey, I need to, it's an area in St. Lucia where I do find a lot is being done for the special needs in terms of activities and sports. Because I grew up, I'm 39 years, and up to about 5 years ago, the only special needs school I knew about was Donata and Lady Gordon. I didn't know there was one in Soufrière, one in Dennery. I didn't know there were
so many.
That many.
There was one by, Marian Home. I didn't know there were so many, but because I got an interest in it, I went and find out.
Right.
And I started, through the Ministry of Sports also, I started going to the schools and started introducing the kids to like the basics with the hope that I could run a special needs tournament / physical literacy where the children get to use other talents. So we had the first one last year, it was a success. And,
great.
And this year we're going to have it again. And basically, not all the students have very good hand-eye coordination. That's obvious, right?
Right.
However, those with the good hand-eye coordination who could have played the game, we had a tournament where they were able to compete among each other. And there was another aspect to the tournament where we had different stations actually set up. It's something I learned when I was in Canada doing the sports science. I went to one of the programs and I saw something they had for average persons. It wasn't special needs. So I said, that's a concept I can use in St. Lucia. And what I did, I broke down the skills. So like they had like skipping, one student had skipping.
Right.
And we had different teachers manning each station.
Okay.
And each student had like a sheet of paper with all the stations and the name. And we put particular standards. If you could do X amount of skips in an X amount of period, that's a gold. That's amount silver. That's amount bronze.
Motivated too.
So all throughout the tournament, those who could not compete, they were active throughout the day. Because everyone went to the different stations. Who could bounce the ball on the racket? Who can do the most without a miss? So there were different stations. So the kids would start at any station that they wanted. Because my aim was to keep everybody active. I didn't want trainers sitting in the stands watching and getting bored. I said, no, everybody's going to be active. And even those who competed and those who got knocked out from the tournament, they quickly went and get the paper and started doing all the stations. And once we were able to go through, I didn't care if they were able to do it perfect or not. Once they went through every station, there was another teacher at a desk who prepared certificates, and they would sign. So everybody got a certification for completing. But my aim is, you must try.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's not about, I cannot. No, try. Even if you try. And then it was amazing to see that, and I took some time to analyze all the sheets, but I went to all the sheets, and there were kids who did like over 500 skips without a miss.
Wow.
500?
Yeah. Wow. 500. Some children did over 200 and something bounces on the racket without a miss.
Wow.
So I was able to analyze and say, you see, they are differently skilled.
Yeah.
So I cannot do 500 without a miss. But here, special needs kids were able to do it.
That's good.
So it actually brought out the talent, and this year we'll be having it again sometime in June. Again this year.
Okay.
Well, I hope the fact that we're able to, offer you this forum, and of course, I want to thank Dazzle Magazine because I know they are for giving you an opportunity as well.
Yes.
Will sort of create some sort of PR for the sport and yourself, and someone might come in to help in terms of getting a space and helping out the young kids to get more and more kids interested in the sport because it's also a disciplined sport as well.
That's right.
Very disciplined.
And it's good to have people like you that we can discover. People like you are doing a great job in putting back your skill and helping younger people to come up and enjoy table tennis.
Yes.
Yeah. So we want to thank Dazzle. We want to thank you for coming. We hope we can talk to you again, though.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you're having your tournaments, yes, and always feel free to send us your information on what tournaments that you have coming up.
Yeah.
We'll advertise it here for you on the wave. Not a problem. And again, we want to thank Ranking. Good that you guys are bringing a lot of young people that sometimes people are not even aware of.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how you do your processing.
Well, to be honest with you, today's the first day I've met Chris
Really?
Wells.
All right.
I've never seen him before.
Oh, okay. All right.
But someone told us about him and his progress and his story, and of course he fit that Dazzle profile.
Yeah.
And as a sports professional, we want his voice to be heard.
Right.
And because you can have a career in sport, right? And we need to motivate each other.
Right.
So,
well, it's good. I mean, that we're showing the positive side of St. Lucia.
Definitely, of course.
And
we have
young
so many
people coming up, and the number of
we have so many talented people here.
Yeah.
So pushers could follow you, Dazzle the Mag.
DazzleTheMag.com.
Right.
And it's
just
Dazzle.
pictures up of the business awards.
Business awards.
So could check that out too.
on the website, DazzleTheMag.com, or you could check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and that's at Dazzle the Mag.